Eric and I are headed out to the 798 Art District. Is it function or is it art? Good morning, guys! All I've done today is I started editing the vlog. I ate lunch. It is now 1:25 p.m. I also Skyped my mom, so it was nice to talk to her. My brother's gonna be a doctor soon. With his permission, maybe I'll tell you more about that later. It's really not, I mean, he's going to grad school at the end. Anyways, now Eric and I are headed out to the 798 Art District, or Art Zone of Beijing. It's about a 20-30 minute bike ride away. We have to be back here by 4 o'clock, so we're on like a time crunch, but I've got my GoPro, got my camera, I have some like walking directions. Should be a pretty quick tour around, probably only an hour if I had to guess. Apparently it's like old wartime military factories and housing complexes, and they've turned it into like this artsy like area, so should be very interesting. But I like quirky places like this, so we'll see how it is. I've been curious about it since I got here, and it's on my list so I can check another one off. That bike ride was much more tiring than we expected. So now I'm sweaty, I'm tired, I want to take a shower, but I know you're like, where's the footage? Where's the footage from the art place? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the market, get dinner supplies. I'm gonna take a shower. Then we're going to sit, look up what the hell this art district is so that I know something about it, because I really didn't look it up before I went. I know very vaguely what it is. And then we're gonna learn about it together, and I'll show you the clips while I talk about it. And that's it. Enjoy. Let's do another market haul. Okay, I got 3 avocados. Not cheap. Those are 39 kwai for 3, so it's like $6. It's like, oh, that's like the same price we were paying in California. That's like $2 an avocado. Once the drought started, that's about what we were paying anyways. Whatever. Peru. Interesting. Tonight, I brought up tofu, and Eric's like, maybe not, but I wanted to make a vegetarian meal. So we decided on fried rice. I got tomatoes. I know that's kind of weird, but I don't know. I love tomatoes like in fried rices. I think they're really good. I got 3 tiny scary peppers, a clove of garlic, this spinach stuff. I'm not sure what that's called. Spring onions, oyster mushrooms, big peppers, and this. Here, hold on. Let me put this down. Ooh, I'm gonna make it. Do you know what this is? It's lotus root. Did you get it right? Yeah, this is lotus root. So this is root from the lotus flower plant. It's got these creepy little dangly things on the end. Basically, you need to cut the ends off, shave off the outside, and then you cut it into thin slices. I don't know how you cook it. Gotta look it up. I'm guessing you just stir fry it. It's really crunchy, and it's just a pretty mild flavor. I really don't know how to describe it. Slightly earthy, but mainly just a really good texture. Just got a nice crunch to it. So I think that'll be really good in fried rice. We'll see how it turns out. Oh, and the avocados are not for the fried rice. Did not mention that. That's for another round of guacamole. Okay guys, I made a giant bowl of guacamole. Isn't that beautiful? It's way better than last time. Made it a little spicier, and the avocados are way, way better. Oh, my hair probably looks crazy, huh? I didn't even think about it. Whatever. I'm already in my pajamas. It's 5 o'clock. I don't care. We're gonna have guac talk. No, I'm just kidding. We're just gonna, I'm gonna look up stuff about the 798 Art Zone here in Beijing that we just went to. I'm on the 798 Art Zone Wikipedia page. Here is what you need to know. It is a 50-year-old decommissioned military factory building area, basically. So it's like a big array of buildings that used to be used by the military about 50 years ago. What is that, the Cold War?
Yeah.
They decommissioned it, and now the artists have taken it over. In recent years, it has been the main venue for the annual Beijing Queer Film Festival, which I didn't know they would be allowed to show a queer film festival in Beijing, but I don't know. As far as I know, China's not too comfortable with gay people, so I don't know. Let me know if you've discovered differently. Basically, the reason the factory complex was built is because it was a joint operation between the Soviet Union and the People's Republic of China, which had just formed very recently. So this is in the 50s, in the early 50s. Oh, weird. So they wanted it to be between the Soviet Union and the People's Republic of China under the Socialist Unification Plan, but apparently East Germany is the one who designed and launched the project. Apparently German and Russians had a lot of disputes about the project, about what kind of style it should be, because the Soviet style is like really like crazy over the top, and Germans are very like functional and like modern and simple. Okay, so the idea of the space was large indoor spaces designed to let the maximum amount of natural light in. I could see how artists would like that. So they started building it in 1954. At one point it was postponed for 6 months. Looks like there's a lot of like back and forth with the construction of it. Okay, so it actually opened and began production in 1957. They had a huge opening ceremony to like show the communist brotherhood between China and East Germany, and all these like special people came to visit. What did they build? It still hasn't said what they built. Okay, so apparently it was like very quickly known as the best factory in China. It housed 10,000 to 20,000 workers. They like lived there with their families. They had like a bunch of activities. It said they had a brigade of German-made motorcycles performing races and stunt demonstrations, and an orchestra. Propaganda slogans for Mao Zedong thought were painted on the ceiling arches in bright red characters. Some are still there today. Oh, I guess there's some rare Mao like posters around. I still don't understand what they made. Okay, so it sounds like in the late 80s, early 90s, they were starting to like slow down the factory, laying people off, like abandoning buildings, looking for tenants to live there. And apparently at the same time, Beijing's contemporary artist community was looking for a new home. I had no idea they banded together like that. This seems very like simplified, but essentially this like group of like avant-garde artists, they were working in houses, rundown houses near the old Summer Palace, which is actually kind of like a little bit, it's pretty outside the city center really. And then they got evicted. I don't know why. I guess the government didn't like avant-garde art. I don't know why. Basically, starting in the mid-90s, big artists started moving there. They opened like bookstores and galleries and all kinds of things, and slowly it became like this art area. And they really liked, like the artists came in and loved the like all the natural lighting and the like really tall ceilings and like the cool architecture. And the reason it's called 798 is because so the factories were numbered as like 718, 748, 798. 798 was the biggest factory at the time, and that's the biggest building in the center of this like artist community now. So they call it 798 Art Zone. Oh my gosh. Okay, so apparently at an art festival in 2004, an artist cemented himself shut in a wooden box with only 2 pipes for ventilation and stayed there for 24 hours before being chiseled out, prompting the proverbial, "Is it art?" questionings. Apparently, shock exhibitions have become increasingly common in the art district. Actually, that's kind of funny because while we were there, I kept like joking about like, I would look at these, like you'll see like an air conditioning unit, like the back of an air conditioning unit, or a water or gas or whatever, like some kind of functional unit, and it'll be like inside like a chain link fence, kind of a caged in area. And I was like, I really like this exhibit. This is probably my favorite one. So it's just like, is it function or is it art? It's just the whole time I'm like, is this art? Is this art? Is this art? I have no idea. Okay, so now, like modern day, so it was like super cool up to like the mid 2000s. Now, this area is apparently the center of Beijing's bourgeois bohemian community. Bourgeois bohemian. Oh, some of the workshops are still operational, mostly doing car repair or industrial laundry. Interesting. So that'd be like hotel laundry services, basically, or like restaurants. A New York-trained art critic and curator, who's Chinese, criticized the art district as being less about art and more about show. He says, "Few of the artists come to seriously practice art. Most of them just come for opportunities to exhibit and sell works or just have parties and gatherings." What the hell else are you supposed to do? Like, you have to make money. If you're an artist, you still have to make money to survive. What do you mean seriously practice art? I don't understand. Whatever. Maybe I'm just not cultured enough to know about these kinds of things. So what's going on with this guy, you guys? What do you think's happening here? Like, at first I was like, oh, this ox is very stubborn, so it must be something about trying to push something that's clearly stubborn, but that guy's naked. Yeah. Kind of strange to see a child next to it. We definitely want to go back because we did a really quick walkthrough of it, and there's a lot more to see for sure. I want to go search for these old like Mao posters and like that kind of stuff. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm going to lick this bowl of guacamole clean and make dinner soon. I'm making fried rice, vegetable fried rice. So I made first a crop load of rice, and then I cut up spring onion, tomato, lotus root, which is delicious. That's my first time ever cutting that, so I feel accomplished. I got cashews, and then this is a bowl of like spicy peppers, garlic, and ginger. This is spinach, and then we've got the normal cooking wine, vinegar, soy sauce, oil, salt, pepper. And then I have mushroom and other peppers in here. Starting to worry that I don't have enough space, but we're gonna figure it out. So I will show you the finished product. This is my fried rice. This is like not a very attractive viewpoint of it, but just mixed everything in, fried it. And this is the lotus root. They turn like kind of purpley. I don't know why, but they always do that for some reason. It's a lot of food. This is not all of it, that's for sure. I made a lot. We'll definitely be making this again though. It's really, really good. Question for you guys in the US. You ever had lotus root before? And did you have it in the Western country? Because I'm wondering, will we be able to buy this when we get back to the US? So you know how I said I was gonna have some leftovers? Yeah. This thing is completely full. This is 48 ounces of fried rice. And this is the leftovers. Like we both ate and we're full. And these are our leftovers, so. I am historically very bad at estimating the amount of food we need, and I tend to err on way too much food. So once we have kids, I think I'll be well equipped to cook large meals. So I just finished editing the, finished, or so I thought, editing the vlog from yesterday when we went to the art district. And I never filmed an ending. Oops, this time I actually forgot. Last time I was just like not in the mood. This time, definitely forgot. But this gives me a chance to give you a little hint as to what we did today, which you will see tomorrow. We went to the #1 tourist attraction in Beijing, and I am so exhausted. I'm sure most of you know where we went. So tiring. I've got a ton of footage from it. It was very interesting, and you will see that tomorrow. So be sure you're subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. No.